Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, one hospital is urging folks to avoid the ER for COVID tests as the Omicron surge continues. And some schools in the U.S. are calling in the National Guard to help with the school bus driver shortage.
Another cold night is ahead with lows possibly falling into those single digits. I got your full forecast coming up as Mountain News at 5:30 starts now.
Dedicated to Southern and Eastern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. We got rid of most of the snow, but now we are dealing with the bitter cold temperatures, and it only gets worse tonight. Meteorologist Cameron Aaron tells us how low those temps will go. Cameron.
That is right, Steve. Temperatures already in those middle to lower 20s, and that might feel warm compared to where we were going to be later on tonight. Let's take a look at our camera over at snowy Buffalo Mountain. Current temperature sitting at 23 degrees. Still a lot of snow on the ground there over at Buffalo Mountain. At I-75 in Corbin, some snow in the grassy areas, but the highway itself looks to be in pretty great shape right now. But please just be sure to take it slow because icy areas will be possible throughout the rest of tonight. Temperatures across the board already some upper teens, 19 in Pikeville and Logan, 18 in Wise, 23 for Hazard, 21 over in Prestonsburg and London. And up on Pinpoint Doppler, most of us are dry at this hour, but a few snow flurries. Portions of Floyd County near Prestonsburg stretching down to near Pikeville, getting in on some of those snow showers right now. Also portions of Breathitt, Perry, Owsley, and Clay County getting in on some showers, some snow showers right now. And those flurries will start to die off later on tonight, but those cooler temperatures are sticking around. I got that full forecast and what you can expect for your weekend coming up just a little bit later. Steve.
All right, thank you very much, Cameron. We have more weather coverage on the WYMT News app. If you've not downloaded the app, just put your phone on camera mode and scan the code right there on your screen. That will take you to a link to our news app that you can download. You can always find the latest closings and delays there, along with breaking news alerts. We encourage you to download both the WYMT News and weather apps to stay ahead of the winter weather because we have more on the way next week. Well, more records were set today in Kentucky for new COVID cases and the positivity rate. We'll have a closer look at those numbers at 6. Now, health leaders in southern Kentucky say this is starting to overwhelm them again. Baptist Health in Corbin says some are so desperate to get a COVID test, they are coming to the hospital's emergency room. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more.
Dr. David Worthy has an urgent plea. Stop coming to their emergency room here at Baptist Health Corbin to simply get a COVID-19 test.
If you're sick, you have shortness of breath, chest pains, any kind of true emergency, please come in. Our doors are open. We want to take care of you. We're ready to take care of you.
But he says some are ignoring the multiple other options to get a test, and it's clogging up the ER. And it's happening as cases are starting to skyrocket again. A month ago, they were treating 20 patients. Now it's up to 50.
Phil, everybody's exhausted. Our physicians, our nurses, our respiratory therapists, everybody's just exhausted. We've been doing this for, a year and a half now.
But he says they are holding their heads high and working through it. Sometimes hearing patients tell them they regret not getting the vaccine. Particularly
in the ICU, absolutely. We hear that a lot from patients. We hear that a lot from family members when they come in. Unfortunately, it's too late when you're in the hospital. It's not going to help. I spoke with a lady who works for Grace Health, which has clinics all over this area. They say that the primary care physicians are seeing people for all kinds of conditions like strep throat, COVID-19, and the flu. Some people have 2 of those 3 conditions all at the same time. In Corbin, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Baptist health officials say they are no longer offering the monoclonal antibodies because it is not effective with Omicron. Some schools are out today because of the weather, but the Scott County School District is out because of illness. They say attendance hit an all-time low yesterday. Superintendent Billy Parker says more than 100 staff members, 100, called off from work. Officials from central office even had to fill in because so many teachers were out, including the superintendent.
Additionally, we had around a 79% student attendance rate. Again, both historic lows for any day we've been in school in Scott County.
Scott County students will make up today on President's Day, which is Monday, February 21st. We are learning about the ripple effect of school bus driver shortages on schools, students, and families across the country. Some states have gone as far as calling in the National Guard for help. Among them is Maryland, where some schools in the biggest district have been forced to return to remote learning. CBS's Errol Barnett has been hearing about the impact.
From the nation's capital to the Lone Star State, parents remain under pressure.
A lot of buses called out.
The ongoing shortage of bus drivers already forced schools in at least 9 states to request assistance from the National Guard. But it's been more than 2 weeks since Maryland's biggest district sent its own SOS.
They are still inclined to try and help us, but they're looking for resources to do it.
In a statement to CBS News, Maryland's National Guard says it's supporting the state's Department of Health with testing and other actions, including patient transport, due to the current COVID surge.
There's just no certainty about what will happen.
For mother of 2, Melissa Ladd, no guard means an inconsistent bus schedule, which has kept her from substitute teaching.
I haven't been able to assist the school district in a time of great need and staffing shortages.
All of this forcing schools to recalculate bus routes every 24 hours.
It gives us very, very little room to make arrangements.
As the mother of 2 teenagers, Urania Benicio faces frustrating choices.
We have to be on site to be able to do our jobs. And it's either that or we stay home to take care of our children.
As of Thursday, 16 Montgomery County public schools went virtual until at least the end of the month, as it sees record quarantine numbers of staff and students, who officials acknowledge are struggling.
You know, the learning loss that we're now mitigating from earlier pandemic disruptions or earlier pandemic virtual learning is in many ways a significant amount of work to make up for a lot of these students.
Errol Barnett, CBS News, Rockville, Maryland.
Omicron continues to fuel new COVID-19 cases in the U.S., but federal health officials are hopeful the current surge has peaked in some places. 3 new studies published today reach similar conclusions that the current vaccines still offer good protection against COVID-19, at least among people who've received a booster dose. It's being called the Great Resignation, but the ongoing question is, where did all the workers go? One guess made by economists are both investments and opportunities. Economists say both are non-traditional ways to make income, and several people are making great money after quitting their jobs.
People have seen enormous growth in their cryptocurrency investments. I personally still don't understand it, but that doesn't mean there aren't lots of people who have made lots of money. People are earning livings driving for Uber, driving for DoorDash, selling their crafts on Etsy, selling videos of themselves and their partners on OnlyFans.
Well, another guess from economists is that the internet is helping people find side jobs to help build up income. After the House quickly passed a 2-year spending plan in Frankfort, the process is expected to slow down in the Senate. The Senate received the budget Friday after the House passed it Thursday, 85-8. The bill includes what the House leaders say is record funding for education. 3 more pieces of legislation passed today. One of them, Senate Concurrent Resolution 20, establishes a board to oversee procedures within the Cabinet for Health and Family Services. Senator Adrian Southworth explained how important it is for the state's executive branch to take on the responsibilities this resolution gives them.
It is 100% our duty to get these things right and get these things organized, and it's no longer a fly-by-night process of which administration's there. It's a project management organization structure, and we need to be able to take the time to do this.
Senate Bill 43, which streamlines the duties of the Child Welfare Oversight and Advisory Committee, and Senate Bill 100, which creates an essential compassionate caregiver position to visit residents in person at nursing homes and similar facilities, also passed. Lawmakers will return to Frankfort on Tuesday. It's tax filing season, and you can start filing your taxes on Monday. The state will begin processing tax returns on February 7th. Electronic returns will take about 2 to 3 weeks to process, with refunds issued shortly after. The state says due to COVID, they do have limited staff, but will work hard to process returns quickly. You can check the status of your refund on the state's website. Pro soccer is coming to Lexington, and with that, possibly a new stadium. Renderings of the proposed design have been released. The organization submitted plans to build on the High Street parking lot in Lexington, right across from Rupp Arena. The outdoor venue is designed to hold 6,000 seats. The designs include a 160-room hotel, 250-unit apartment building, and a parking garage. Pictures show the stadium nestled between Maxwell Street and the Central Bank Center, the current site of the High Street parking lot. A team from the Lexington Center Corporation has to approve of the plans before any construction would start. A partner on the project said he thinks Lexington is ready for this change.
This is something that we hope this unites the whole entire city together. We want this to be a venue, and we think that it's something that everyone from the little people, young people out there in their sporting games, all the way to professionals, has the ability to use. We're just excited about this. We think Lexington is ready for this.
The Lexington Center Corporation announced there will be development of some kind on the High Street parking lot property. The Lexington Herald later reports a board is reviewing other proposals for that spot. Old Friends Retirement Farm in Kentucky said a 24-year-old thoroughbred who was one of several who portrayed Seabiscuit in the 2003 film has died. The farm's president, Michael Blowen, said that Popcorn Delights died of complications from colic yesterday. Popcorn Delights was retired at Old Friends in Georgetown in 2005. He appeared in numerous scenes throughout the Oscar-nominated film, including the match race against 1937 Triple Crown winner War Admiral. On Thursday, Governor Andy Beshear paid tribute to a legendary University of Kentucky men's basketball coach. The governor declared the day as Joe B. Hall Day across the Commonwealth by signing a proclamation. In his tweet, the governor said, quote, "There's no question that in basketball and in life, he left it all on the court. Fly high, Coach." Coach Hall died Sunday at the age of 93. We will air 2 specials remembering Coach Joe B. Hall beginning Sunday afternoon at 2 right here on WYMT, part of a big sports weekend here on WYMT. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken met today face-to-face with his Russian counterpart amid the backdrop of a possible Russian invasion of Ukraine.
A frigid night is ahead, but how cold are we talking? I got that full forecast coming up.